Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, our beautiful country, and how we're going to orient towards a solution. It's one thing to say what's happening, it's a total another thing to drive forward and save our country. And that's what we're all about. So if you're down with that mission, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, because it helps us grow and spread the message even further. And thank you in advance for that consideration. Guys, what we're going to talk about today is CNN coming out and saying the quiet part out loud about the entire population abandoning the left. You are winning, and you're winning bigger than I think you believe you know you are. Yeah, that checks. You're winning. I'm going to show you everything right now linked in the description box below. I bring receipts on every single video I bring to you so you can check me and make sure I'm good. And with that said, let's dive into the sponsor of the video today, TacPack. Guys, if you are into a subscription box for a gift or for yourself, this is huge values. It's geared towards an AR aficionado. Check this out. In the box that they just gave me, this SOG knife, and as a surprise, an 11.5-inch rail. Guys, it's easy to cancel. It's got huge box values. And on top of that, if you use the code Langley, you get a $60 additional box completely free. Link in the description. And thank you to them for making this content possible. Once again, it is called TacPack. All right, so let me get this out of the way. And let's talk. I just dropped all the stuff. You heard how much I was in there. Okay, so now let's get into this. Because, guys, I'm going to put it on silent real quick because clearly that is a hot moment right now. Let me jump into what we're going to talk about. The first thing I'm going to show you is Senator Kennedy. Now, he is a national treasure, as Washington gun laws stated out. And then I'm going to show you what CNN is being forced to report for you. Watch this.
I've got a lot of friends who are Democrats, and they haven't asked me for advice, but if I did, I'd tell them, look, you just got to try harder not to suck. I mean, think about it. Over the past 4 years, the Democrats mismanaged Congress, they mismanaged COVID, they mismanaged the economy, they mismanaged inflation, they mismanaged the national debt, they mismanaged Afghanistan. More recently, in their opposition to President Trump and Mr. Musk, the Democrats have chosen to support the bureaucrats and the spending porn over the American taxpayer. Just like they support illegal immigration over the rule of law, just like they support transgender athletes over women's sports, just like they support Hamas terrorists over Israel. All Democrats are not like this, but the party is controlled right now by people who majored in online activism with a minor in puberty blockers. I know this people. They think men can breastfeed. They're triggered by race. They cry if you use the wrong pronoun. And most fair-minded Americans look at this and they go, these people are about 10 exits past normal. And
this guy's my hero. Please send this out. And follow me on X if you want this and you want to send it out, because it's at Braden LOA. There it is. Okay. So that's the hypothesis that Senator Kennedy puts forward. They're 10 exits past crazy, and they just need to try to suck less, which is phenomenal. All right, so now let's go over to CNN, and they actually confirmed it. This is the point of the video. Guys, you are winning. All right. Let me get into this. Let's let Harry go, and I'll show you the payoff at the end of his clip. Watch this.
What is going on here? Well, Donald Trump is doing his best Frank Sinatra interpretation or impersonation, going my way. Okay, Trump's net approval rating overall, look at this. He's at plus 3 points. He's been above water. He's been above water his entire second term, excuse me. Look among independents, though. He's way underwater. He's way underwater. He's at minus 10 points. Normally you win independents, therefore you win the middle. But in fact, Trump is doing the exact opposite. He is winning overall, but losing among independents. And this looks an awful bit like what happened in the fall election, where, of course, Kamala Harris won among independents, but Donald Trump won overall. Trump is repeating this playbook, breaking history, doing poorly with independents, but doing considerably better than he did in term number one, overall being above water. Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna. That's the setup. Now, keep in mind, a lot of you might be asking the question, why is this important? It's crucially important. How on this planet is he losing independence, but then he's plus 3 overall? Okay, well, it can only be one of two options. I'm going to walk you through it in a second. So is Harry. But you have to understand, something is happening which is extremely unusual, and it points to you winning. You're doing the work. Okay, let me keep going, because that's an important setup here.
So what is the reason for this, that he's posting basically overall he's up, but you're seeing this, and what's the reason?
This makes no sense, you might think, but what's going on here? Well, first off, what's going on here is, remember in term one, there was all that big opposition of Donald Trump. Democrats hated him. Well, right now, Trump's net approval rating among Democrats is underwater, way underwater at minus 78 points. But the Trump base is consolidated behind the Republican president to an extent that we really did not necessarily see in term number one. Look at this. His net approval rating is plus 84 points. So more Republicans are behind Donald Trump than Democrats are opposed to Donald Trump, and that is lifting him up and giving him that positive net approval rating, despite the fact that he's losing among Democrats and losing among independents, Sarah.
All right, so now you're getting a little bit more of the puzzle. And this is pointing to how you're winning, because I'm about to show you a culture shift. So if he's only got a spread of 6 among GOP to Democrats, and he's losing minus 10 in independents, that would mean he should be minus 4 overall. Keep that in mind. He should be losing and showing signs of weakness, but he's got a positive net approval rating. There is only one way that is possible, and it points directly to you guys, your activism, your engagement, and your spreading information like this out. It's dispelling all of the media bias BS, all right? Watch when this comes to completion right here. This is it. This is the moment. That was a terrible phrase. I don't know why I said it. Let's just move on.
So are there other groups in this that are making this, different? I mean, independents, Democrats, Republicans, isn't that everybody?
Yeah, that is everybody. But it's not just the margins that you post among these groups. It's what percentage of the electorate that they make up. And Donald Trump and the Republican Party has changed the electorate. What do I mean by that? Well, let's take a look at party identification, Democrats versus Republicans. You go back to 2017, 5 points more of the electorate was Democrats than Republicans. You go to 2021, when Joe Biden was starting out, look at that. 6 points more of the electorate was Democrats than Republicans. But look at what's happened in February of 2025. Look at this. Republicans, there are more Republicans in the electorate than there are Democrats. Republican plus 2. So Donald Trump and the Republicans have remade the electorate. They've turned some people over from being Democrats or independents to become Republicans. New folks have entered the electorate who are more Republican leaning. And so when you combine that with the fact that Republicans are really, really behind Donald Trump, all of a sudden you get a winning recipe whereby you break the normal rules of politics and give Donald Trump that positive net approval rating when he had pretty much a consistently negative one in term number one. As I said at the beginning, he's copying Frank Sinatra.
I can never that crap. All right, do you guys understand what's happening? Okay, and this is the big key point in how you're winning. You have moved the entire electorate to the right to the tune of 7 or 8 points. Trump has a high approval rating of the GOP with a bigger portion of the population. This is not just Republicans are behind their dear orange leader. This is more people have left the Democrats and the independents and moved to the Republicans, of which he still enjoys a high approval rating. It's a bigger group of people with a higher rating than has ever been happening before. This is a massive piece of information. Because the reason that we are winning and you are winning and we're pushing forward our gun rights, we're pushing forward all our other rights, we're getting rid of the insane spending, we're actually ripping all the rocks open and watching all the creepy crawlers. This is because more people are coming up in the younger generation, which are more Republican leaning, and more people are moving from the left into the middle to the right. I'm telling you, guys, this is a double shift and it's happening. And it's benefiting you. Stay engaged. You are working. It is working. It is making it happen. And I will see you on the next one. I cannot wait. I'm Braden. See you later.